We start with a police chase that ended with officers shooting the driver dead. Good evening, I'm Melinda Spalding.
And I'm Don Teague. Thanks for joining us, everyone. This all played out in the Galena Park area. Greg Grugan starts off our live team coverage with the very latest. Greg.
Don, Melinda, this one ended very badly. A suspect dead after a high-speed chase involving several violent collisions. Like all high-speed chases, onlookers hoped the half-hour pursuit would end without bloodshed, but it would not. After fleeing a Southside traffic stop on Weaver, ripping along 59 and the Beltway, the lone suspect turned onto Wallisville Road, slamming his Chrysler 300 ferociously into a pair of oncoming vehicles. With officers approaching, weapons drawn, the suspect gets out and then lurches back inside his car, re-emerging to a barrage of gunfire.
Fearing for their lives that this suspect was reaching for a weapon, two officers did discharge their weapon at the vehicle, striking the suspect and killing him.
In all, a pair of HPD officers fired at least a dozen rounds at a busy intersection between an elementary school and a YMCA. HCSO says the lethal force appears fully justified.
That during the chase, this suspect called 911 and was telling the dispatcher that he had a child in the car and that he would threaten to harm that child if officers attempted to pull him over or stop him.
As first responders transported 3 victims injured in the collisions, relatives arriving at the scene identified the dead man as 41-year-old Frank Shepard, who went by the name Trey.
He said he loved me. That's all he said. I just want him off the ground, man. I just want him off the ground.
Harris County would neither confirm or deny whether a weapon was recovered from the suspect's vehicle, a response which drew both suspicion and anger from folks claiming to be friends of the dead man.
If they thought in any type of way that there was a baby in the car, they shouldn't have ran up and just shot the car. Like, check and make sure if there's a baby before you shoot holes all in the car and shoot the man. They went about it wrong.
It don't make no sense at all.
And sense is what the suspect's grieving family is now forced to make of bad decisions made by a loved one that cost him everything. Harris County did not reveal whether the suspect had any pending charges, but relatives we spoke to believe he had an outstanding warrant. For now, we are live on the northeast side. Greg Grugan, Fox 26 News.
Greg, thank you. And what a mess this turned out to be for the innocent people who were caught up in the crash at the end of that chase.
And even for the family of the man behind it. Fox 26's Christine Galvan is live with that part of our team coverage tonight. Christine.
Melinda, Greg Grugan and I are in opposite sides of this investigation scene, which is just now wrapping up. But a lot of people have been out here all day, including the family of the man killed by police.
I'm not blaming no one because, you know, he was in fault for reaching back into his. He should just got out, put his hands up, and laid down on the ground. So that was a mistake.
That's Chris Shepard. He says his nephew is the man who led Houston police on a chase, wrecked into several cars, and lost his life. His nephew, a 41-year-old barber, father of 3 with a 4th child on the way, and a long history of violence.
But you need to know the background of that rap sheet.
Tell me.
First time he went to jail for defending his brother. Okay? The second time a guy assaulted him, but he got in trouble.
His uncle says he also had a warrant out for his arrest. The Wednesday morning chase affected a lot of people. The Shepard family has lost a father, a son, a nephew. Families with children in 2 nearby schools were also affected, as were people in several cars Shepard's nephew wrecked into before coming to a stop. One of those injured was a school teacher who, according to a friend, complained of back pain shortly after her collision. While Chris Shepard insisted he didn't blame anyone, he did question why it all had to happen.
He should have got out with his hands up. He shouldn't have ran. He shouldn't have reached back in the car. All right? Police didn't know if he had a gun or not. They shouldn't have shot him. That's how I really feel. You shoot somebody if you feel threatened.
Obviously a very emotional day out here. Our team coverage continues tonight at 9. Chris Stipes working right this minute. He's going to bring you an incredible perspective from a child inside one of these nearby schools. We're live near Galena Park. Christine Galvan, Fox 26 News.